Impact segment tonight, a ruling out of Utah that could have national implications. As you may know, some folks in that state believe polygamy should be allowed. And a federal judge, Clark Wattops, has ruled that you cannot prosecute polygamists in Utah. Now, I predicted this might happen in some of our gay marriage reporting. My thing is equal protection. You can't have the federal government say, I'm going to have one group. And I'm going to put one group now in traditional marriage, and that's going to be homosexuals. And I'm going to exclude the pluralists. I'm going to exclude the other people who may want to marry. Well, it's now to analyze the constitutionality of all this, Judge Andrew Napolitano. So just to be clear, it's not a story about gay marriage, all right? This is a story about me staking out territory that says if the federal government gets involved, and I think the state should regulate gay marriage, I think that should be the state-by-state issue, but if the federal government gets involved under the Constitution, under equal protection, and they say homosexuals can marry at the same level that heterosexuals, traditional marriage, then they can't stop pluralists or anybody else from marrying.
Well, I think that's a valid constitutional argument, and by the way, the states do regulate gay marriage.
Some do.
Right. You live in New York, I live in New Jersey, where gay marriage is lawful. In Texas, it's unlawful. And the Supreme Court has done nothing to interfere with that, and I would be surprised if it would interfere with it. The case in Utah is about cohabitation. It's not about polygamy. Polygamy is still illegal in Utah, and polygamy was not challenged in that case.
But you can't prosecute. You can only if you go to take out a marriage license.
Correct.
If you're common law,
correct,
which most of these people are, then you can have as many spouses as you want.
If you claim that you're married to 14 people but are only lawfully married to one, you're not violating the law.
That's right.
But if you try to marry, actually marry one of the other 13. But
you know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, your statement was part of Justice Scalia's prediction, which I know you agree, in the Texas v. Lawrence case.
And that's the way it's going to come down. It's going to come down because the people who want gay marriage in all 50 states are going to take it federal. Now, you know, I think it's in the Netherlands that their plural marriages are there, and I think there's other countries that say okay. But what we're having here then, and this is why some people were opposed to gay marriage, is a fundamental change in how this country sees that situation.
Yes, we are moving to the point where it is none of the government's business who you live with, who you marry, and what your relationship is to them. Now, for libertarians, that's a good thing. For those of us who believe in a separation of church and state, that's a good thing.
All right, so
you think it's bad.
I don't think it's... I'm looking at it not from a narrow viewpoint like you. You're a libertarian, so you want libertarian things. See, I don't do that, as you know.
Well, I want personal liberty.
I'm far above you.
You are above me.
I look at it, what's best for the country.
What a character.
I know. I look what's best for the country. And I don't think chaos in the home is best for the country. So,
has gay marriage caused chaos in the home?
No. Okay. Not gay marriage. But polygamy has. So if you have a dad, 7 moms, and 35 children, all right, then you're going to have chaos in the home.
I agree with you.
And the state is going to have to be responsible for some of that chaos in the form of welfare payments and all of that. You've seen, the libertarian Napolitano, and Stotzel's just as bad. Anything goes.
Much worse than Stotzel.
We should do anything we want. You have seen the disintegration of the African-American family. All right, when 71% of babies are born out of wedlock.
Well, that's because the federal government keeps them dependent on the government.
Maybe that's true, but you have seen the chaos resulting from the lack of a man, a father, and a mother in the home. You have seen it. Everybody's seen it.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
So now what society is doing is they're adding more chaos on top of the dissolution of the traditional family. And you libertarians are swell with it.
You'll like this. If the children are harmed because there are 5 wives and 35 children, or 10 wives and 35 children, the state has the right and the duty to protect those children, even if it means removing them from the house.
It's too late then. It's too late.
You agree with me,
child removal is drastic.
But the state is not omnipotent. It can only do certain things.
All I'm telling you is that we went down this road of marriage equality. That's the euphemism, marriage equality. And what it is going to lead to is a fundamental dissolution of marriage in this country.
So should the government tell people who they can live with?
All I'm doing is looking out for the country, Judge.
All right.
That's all I'm doing. And I'm right and you're wrong as usual.
What a pleasure to be here, as usual.
I didn't violate your constitutional rights, did
No,
I?
you didn't. You can't. You're not the government.
And you know what? You have a right to remain silent, Judge. There we go. Plenty more ahead.